Well, I suppose this story goes way back. Just a warning, right up front, this video may contain subject matters that might be disturbing for some of our viewers, so viewer discretion is advised. Also, we might have a guest speaker pop in. Yeah, I don't know yet, but if we do, we'll handle it accordingly. So, I hope you enjoy. This is gonna be a story about the time I butchered a hog back in 2020. What's going on, everybody? This is AppleFUNk, and welcome back to the channel. First time guest, welcome to you also. Thank you very much for stopping by. It's definitely appreciated. Let's get into it.
Alright, we got them feet and those ears off. So I'll get this tail, knock this tail off here shortly. Wiggy, 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 wiggy.
Did I just do that? This is a video that's many months into the making. This animal was ordered many months ago. I received a video from my mom and my father-in-law telling me that they had purchased this hog. And so I would have went a long time ago, but he had it cut in half, and then I went down there to butcher it. So this is that process.
And then I'll deal with this here in a minute. Well, a little later. Still got to get some thawing action. Alright, so we're going to try to get these feet off of here. We got a couple of feet. Here's a, no, here it is. That is junk. I'll find that joint. Where is it? Alright, there's another one. Let's see if we can get this. That tail's a little frozen still. Be real careful. Definitely don't want to cut our hands. That's wrong with this thing. Alright, so there we go. We got 4 feet. My feet came out better than their feet. They cut these off. I chopped these. These are what we want. And we got the 2 ears. We're gonna try to get this tail off of here. Let's see, like I said, she's a little frozen still, but maybe we can finagle it. Did she finagle? She finagled. Perfect. Alright, so now we got the tail, we got the feet, and we got the ears. We'll pick this stuff up and then we'll start working on other stuff as it comes about. I want to get these. Okay, so you gotta add those tails and the feet. There's the tails, there's the feet and the ears. Those go in a separate pot because those are going to get eaten real early. We'll start making that sausage here in a minute with a lot of that other pig. Making sausage and pudding sausage and regular sausage. This will just be like an appetizer, you know, once it gets going. Ooh boy. Oh yeah. The pork fat for the kale greens that we're making. We already made some. We made some hen. We made a hen last night. We'll get a spoon here. And it came out really good. Okay, so that's from. We made that. We also made some baby green limas. So they're waiting. And you know we got to finish that up with some cornbread in there. But
I remember it like it was yesterday.
right now I'm peeling eggs and potatoes for some potato salad. All right, there's a potato. We've been boiling here for about 2 hours. Yeah, no, not 2 hours. Yeah, roughly 2 hours. And so we're getting there. We're gonna let this cook for a long time, though. It's not like we're gonna take this off for a while. It can sit and go. It's never. Ooh, look at that right there. And again, that's those feet, the tail, and the ears off of our luxurious hog. This is rendered down hock meat. That's what it came from. It's rendered down. I'm going to use this grease to start out the kale greens that we've got going. What you see in the pan is garlic and onion that fried inside of that pork fat, or that rendered pork fat. And then we've got the water going here because we're about to go ahead and put our potatoes inside that water. I also have to cut these eggs up so we can get this potato salad going. So we're making progress. It's an all-day affair. We'll check back in when things get cooking a little bit further. So we did do those potatoes. We pulled them out. If you look at the bottom, the eggs are down there, see? So I got to cut those eggs up, and then I'll put it into a bowl and make some potato salad here coming up. But I didn't want to skip a step. We're getting closer here in this pot. You can still see the ears, the tail, the feet. This is the good luck pot right here. You know, only choice people get these cuts. Nobody else. So here we've diced up those eggs. We got some red onion in there, potatoes. We're about ready to make this potato salad. We're moving right on along with this meal. We got some pickle relish right here. I think we're really making good progress. Anywho, check it on you. We've cleaned it up a little bit. Remember, we started with a pretty big slab of meat, and this is where we're at now. Bam, 1, We got another half here. This is going in the pudding pot, you know, for pudding sausage. So we've taken that off. Of course, we got the lungs. We've got, what else we got over here, Mr. Carson? The lungs, the liver, lungs and heart. So, you know, this is going up in the pudding sausage right here. And then over here, this is where we're prepping the rest of the cuts that we have. So that's going to come to a boil. And look at that. Look at them eyeballs. You see them? Hello. Hello. Here's some beautiful crackling that we're about to put out there and fry them up. Look at the meat on those. Some of them I kept skinny. You know, they're just the skin because some folks like just the skin. But some of us like to have a little bit more meat on our crackling. And so I'm just saying this is looking pretty spectacular right now. I'll check back in with you folks once I get everything on the grill, get these maybe in some hot grease. We also got these kale greens going right now. So the kale is in there and you can see it's piping hot. It's steaming. And here's what we got. We've removed the skin from this side, so we're going to go ahead and make ribs out of this, and I'll go ahead and season this up. This one here, we pulled that skin back, okay? And we tried to get as close as we could, but we have a little bit of meat in here, but I think we might make some crackling out of this, do it whole, maybe throw it in the pudding pot. So here we go. This is the remainder of that animal that we've butchered. We got over here, this is the stuff you've seen already. That's going in the pudding pot. And this over here is what we have remaining, and we're about to throw that on the grill and start grilling here shortly. So, you know, we'll check back in once things start getting good, all right? We made our own rub for this one, and we're going to let it sit while the grill is heating up. So we got enough season on that, and we'll pull that fat cat back. We don't even need to really season that a lot, but we will, just for the heck of it. Now, this one right here is going to be a little different. We bought this seasoning, this little Stubbs pork rub. I haven't even stuck my finger or tried it, but we're going to give it a go. So this is what this other one's going to look like. You know, we're going to get this thing going. Yeah, you got to be generous with your rub. You can't short your rub because some's going to fall off, some's going to go down in the drippings. You put as much rub as you think can sit on that daggone meat. Yeah, and you won't have any problems. Like I said, it's just the way it works. So we're going to rub this bad boy down right here. Let's get a little more in here. All right. Oh, you know what? We're not done. Let's crank it up. All right. So here we go. So now we got our Stubbs rib rack of ribs sitting here, and we got AppleFUnk's homemade, get off of my ribs, recipe sitting here. The grill is lighting up, everything's heating up, and we're gonna be ready to roll. Our ears and our tails and our feet are all done. You know, like I said, this is a special pot. This is different than the pudding pot. This right here is what you eat on well before the pudding pot's made. I mean, it's a test of what's about to happen. Because there's only 2 ears, there's only 4 feet. So it's very specific on who gets these items. Here we got our kale greens. These are these kale greens going. So we got to get we're mixing up the kale. I told my mom just I said, I thought greens shrunk, all of them. It seems like these kale greens are growing. I've got these ribs on the grill. Both of them are seasoned totally different. We'll open it up. We got one on this side, and then we got one on this side. Let's shut it back down because we don't want to ruin the process. So we got that going over here, and then over here we got the pudding pot. It's all running off propane because we didn't have time to build a huge fire. So we'll take this off. Look at this. Look at this. Yay! Look at that. That's the pudding pot going. Oh yeah. So the next steps are I'm going to this and these 2 hams go into making the sausage. And so we're going to make some sausage. That's pudding. And for y'all, that's cooked and it has rice and it's put into casing. This is raw and put in the casing and you fry, even though you fry both of them, but one you're warming up, the other one you're actually cooking. So, anywho, the rest of this was where the rest of this animal was at one point. So, I'm about to break down one of these hams. And I'm gonna, you know, let's get into it. Now this is not gonna be pretty, but it all goes into the same pot. So you don't have to worry about it being pretty. All you gotta do is make your cuts. You know, you make your cuts. We're gonna get down to that bone. We're gonna get down to the bone. And I'm not gonna show you both, but you'll get the idea. When I get this one done, you'll say to yourself, oh wow, so that's how Funk does it. That's how he, you know, makes this meat unreasonably good. And I can't believe the fact that I didn't know this the whole time. And so what I'm saying is, sometimes we just got to get into it. Oh man, we got a little bit of frost in there, but we're not going to let that deter us. We're just going to go ahead and cut this piece off. Instead of trying to follow the map of the bone and all that stuff, let's just get it off of here, call it a day. And if you don't think this is hard work, you break down a hog. You know, a hog that's, you know, sort of frozen. Yeah, like I said, if you're making a pudding pot, we're not, you know, there's no customers here like, oh my God, what are you doing? What they're saying is, wow, this sausage is absolutely amazing, is what they're saying. They're not looking at my cut, because they could care less, because they don't get to see that. Now we got a big old stew bone there, but we still have too much meat on there. We can't leave that. That's one of those, you know, the animals would be too happy. The dogs are too happy when you leave that type of, you know, remnants on the bone. So, but all this is going into one big pot. So let's just do that for right now. So what I'm saying is that I got to clean it up some. I got to repeat the process with this bad boy right here. But at the end of the day, I got to chop it up in the smaller sizes so that we can feed it through a grinder. This is this is all going to be sausage. That's one leg. I haven't touched this one yet. I don't think this came from here. There was one piece that, you know what, maybe it all did.
Yeah, it came from.
Anywho, this is one leg. Alright, so here's what we've done. And I mean, my hands are tired. This is what's left, and I know there's a lot of meat on these bones, but you can hear these little doggies out here, and so I think this is going to go to them. And then there's some skin. I tried to clean it up as much as I could. Yeah, this is a good piece of meat right there. No, let me get that off of there. There we go. All right, I tried to clean it up as much as I could, but I'm done cutting meat. I mean, I've been working on this hog for a while, but here we go. Come on in. This is going into the sausage. This is all sausage meat. You know, so I'm gonna put this all through the grinder, and then we'll make sausage out of this right here. This right here will be cooked up, like I said, for the dogs. They can have it. It's just, I'm done. I can't take any more on my hands. I'll check back in with you. Let's check on this pudding pot. Let's see what's happening in the pudding pot. We got some steam coming out here. Is this warm yet? So that's the pudding pot right there. You know, and you gotta get the boat on. That's how you stir the pudding pot. And then you really get down in there. You work the pudding. I don't know about that pudding. All right, so let's check out these ribs. Oh,
Snap!
there's things happening here. Let's flip them.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
And then let's put these. That's just the fat cap. I left it on. That's the ribs. All right. And I seasoned above and beyond. So I left that fat cap on there just because. You know, it's not a big deal. So anywho, that's what's happening here on the grill. I do need to cut it down, but I'm glad we checked it. Let's get this thing stirred up. Oh, look at this. look at these parts in here. Jeez. Oh my! Did you see? This is called the pudding pot. There's no up here. There's pudding in the pot. Pudding pot. And we have to make sausage, so that's what we're doing. I need to cut this down. I can't get it through the hole. All right, so here's that pudding pot. Everything's been cooked down. If you look in here, I'm filling this tin with all the remains of it. We're trying to get everything strained out and put into what we call, this is what we call the pudding pot. You know, I mean, it's all the stuff that you use to make pudding sausage. This is not to be confused with the sausage, the pork sausage, which is not cooked, which is raw, and needs to be grinded separately. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm trying to get all of this, all the little goody tidbits on. We got it all pulled in. This was the head of that guy, and we got to get in there and get all those nuggets out of there. You know, it's a whole lot going on. But I think we're up to the task. You know, we got these little odds and ends that we all got to put together to make sausage out of. We got to get all these bones out of here. Yeah, there's a big bone right there. So, oh, this is the lower jaw. So I guess it went something like this. Yeah, and he said, "Hello, how are you doing? My name is AppleFUNk." Here's the final tub of the pudding sausage pot before I put it in the links. So I had to go through and mix this up, make sure it was seasoned right. We added some more onion and a couple more seasonings, but now we got the liver incorporated throughout the pot. I don't think it was before. So we've been having a little issue with the machine, trying to, you know, box it, but I think with everything being as soft as it is, we're going to be okay this time. So let's give it a shot. So here was my test round of sausage. You know, we made some pudding sausage. So, and this is what we have left to do over here. But I think this is a good start. I mean, we've done okay. So let's see what's happening. Let's crank this machine up and let's produce some sausage.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Okay, that's an entire casing, which is the same casings we had here. We got a bunch more to go. But I think overall, that was a very successful sausage. If we're going to talk about making sausage, then we need to also look at the casing. I like the natural casings. I like intestines. You know, I like for everything to be packaged. But if you got to get the other ones and you got a machine, then what you're going to do is you're going to look at that end and you're going to feed this on and you're going to try to just keep it centered.
I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can see.
I just want to show you that this is what it's like putting a casing on to your machine. If you're going to be doing it. Now, I've done the hand crank thing, but come on now. Really? I think I have it perfect. Look at this. Look at this. Watch this. Watch this. This is the one I just did. Look at this. Look at her. Look at her. She's so pretty. It's like unreasonably for a sausage. You know, she's not the ugly girl at the prom. She's got on nice dance shoes. Look at her. Look at what she's doing. I'm so happy about this.
Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth.
This morning, we're going to be making some chicharrones. Yeah, we call it crackling in South Carolina. I think it's called crackling in a lot of places. But this is going to be the skin, you know, about a 1/4 inch thick off of the belly. You know, you can make crackling off of any part of that animal, in my opinion. But anyway, I've already chopped it up into pieces. I'm going to take it and I need to put it in some water and bring it to a boil. So I'm going to do that now because we got to get this a little bit softer before we start frying up these pork skins. You know, so we'll let this water come to a boil. Then we'll cut it off and let it sit for a while, just enough to get that skin broken down a little bit, and then we can continue with drying them, seasoning them, and then getting that oil out and getting hot with it. Here in South Carolina, which is where I was raised, when you kill a hog, you know, you got neighbors, you got family. Usually people come into town. I mean, not come into town, but come to the house and everybody's participating. But in this case, it's just me and my immediate family, my mom and my dad. And so I got to wrap this stuff up and then we got to get it in the freezer so that we can hand this stuff. It's like a gift. When you go, you know, hey, you want some sausage? You want some pudding? And so this is the pudding sausage all bagged up. Okay, so what I've done is we've boiled them for about, it was an hour. I added a little seasoning to the water, some onion, some garlic. I added a little pack of Saison just for some flavor, and some the garlic. I use that pre-minced stuff, you know, but it doesn't break down. So that's why they're clean, because once I pulled them out of the pot, I rinsed them. Now they're rinsed because the flavor is in here, and I'm going to season them before I fry them. So we're going to take these now, we're going to put them on a rack, and we're going to stick them in the refrigerator and let them cool down. Before you decide to butcher a whole hog, make sure you got plenty of room in your refrigerator. They're broken down, the meat's soft, the meat's tenderized, it's got onion, it's got garlic infused in it. I've taken some spices and put it on top and flipped them and everything. Now I've got some peanut oil over here, so now we're about to fry our pork crackling. The moment of truth. Well, the moment of truth already happened. I'm just a sort of post moment of truth. These are the crackling. Look at that right there. You see that skin? And I'm saying, watch this. That's how crackling's supposed to sound when you put them in your mouth. That's right. That's right. Don't look at me close. Thank you.
Shucks, look like we got ourselves in a pickle.
It was so much work, but we finally got all the pig that we had left that we was making for the pork sausage done. We've ground it all. It's all ground. Oh no, that's some pieces in the bottom. I gotta get. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, we had to go to that. The old hand grinder. I had to hand grind it. I'm gonna hand grind those pieces that are in there now. I gotta take care of that. So anyway, once I start putting it into the casings and season it and everything, then I'll come back on and show a film of that. I got everything ground and grinded up. I mean, it took a while because that pork skin is not forgiving at all. You know, it'll clog up a regular grinder. You need industrial or commercial size, but I got it done. Here is all that that meat right here. And so I got to put that seasoning and then we're going to make some pork sausage on that. All right, I got to get rid of that because I didn't see that before. Okay, all of these seasonings have been added to the pork sausage. Remember, we did pudding last night. This is totally different. This is pork sausage, so everything is here. You know, we've mixed it. We're gonna go ahead and get it into the casings right now. Add it all on in. I mean, this is, oh man, you can't make this type of stuff up. Look at this. Come on now. You can't order this in no restaurant. We've put some jalapenos, some morn, black pepper, salt, garlic powder, sausage seasoning. We put some stuff in there, but either way, I'm about to put this stuff in the casings. This is the end result. I'm done with this hog, and this is that good pork sausage. It came out of the machine. Everything is squared away. Here we go. This is the last. I mean, this hog whipped me. It whipped my butt. All right, you got to see it here first. Here is the pork sausage, all bagged up. The entire hog has now been cooked and processed.
This has been another episode of Funk Eats. I am the Butcher. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. See you next time.